Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi. Yes, first and foremost, my name is Bramwell Opio. I happen to be Benjamin Zulu's host. For those who are watching our shows on YouTube and Facebook Live, this is the guy. Now, first of all, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you this afternoon for making this noble decision. You see, success begins with your attitude. That is where success begins, and that is what Benjamin is always talking about. When you hear Benjamin always hammer on poverty all the time, it is because we have normalized the abnormal. Our society has squeezed our attitude into bottles, and that is why most of us have bottle kind of attitude. We don't reason and think beyond our noses, and that is why this afternoon I'm congratulating each one of you for creating time, being a Friday, and all of us know what happens in the universities on Friday. Okay, it is always a party mode on Friday, especially Friday afternoons. And that is why most of us don't have lectures on Friday afternoon henceforth, right? But you have created time to come here to listen to Benjamin. And my advice this afternoon is, don't just listen. Put into practice whatever Benjamin is going to give you this afternoon. Benjamin is one man I have known who's passionate about young men and women, who's passionate about the university students. And I thank the president for creating this time to invite him so that I can talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. So, without going into much details, let us put our hands together to actually invite or welcome Benjamin Zulu. University is on Friday, okay? It is always a party mode on Friday, especially Friday afternoons. And that is why most of us don't have lectures on Friday afternoon henceforth, right? But you have created time to come here to listen to Benjamin. And my advice this afternoon is, don't just listen. Put into practice whatever Benjamin is going to give you this afternoon. Benjamin is one man I have known who's passionate about young men and women, who's passionate about the university students. And I thank the president for creating this time to invite him so that I can talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. So, without going into much details, let us put our hands together to actually invite or welcome Benjamin Zulu on stage so that I can begin his presentation. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Karibu Benjamin.
Wow, thank you so much, Bramwell. You can guess that I am burning. How many of you have seen any of my work? You have seen my work before. Thank you. I have some fans here, and at least I have some who have not seen any. I have a chance to introduce myself. Okay. Sisters, you are dressed well. You're not showing your cleavage and you're not showing your thighs. When you're a student, don't attract sexual attention. It will cost you. This is not the time to flaunt your shape. Don't dress like your grandma, but don't dress like you're dating either. Tone down, like this sister. Ask her to stand for me. Ask her to stand. Come, I show off with you. Decently, but modestly. Our students have a chance to introduce myself. Okay. Sisters, you are dressed well. You're not showing your cleavage and you're not showing your thighs. When you're a student, don't attract sexual attention. It will cost you. Tone down, like this sister. Ask her to stand for me. Ask her to stand. Come, I show off with you. Decently, but modestly. Can you see her? You can see that? These are how students should dress. Thank you so much. Clap, one clap for her. I want to give you a topic called stop selling short. Stop selling short. And I'll only tell you 3 things and I'm out of your way. I'm so happy I have people who are sensible to come on a Friday when there's a culture week going on. When people do exodus on Fridays to go for rave, to go and ruin their lives. Poverty is very attractive. Destruction is very seductive. People dress, they go out there to ruin because they're carried by emotions like goats and animals. They can't think past their noses. Everybody has been doing Friday exoduses, raving, dancing, ruining their lives for 20 years. And we don't look back to see what has happened. The first point of stop selling short is stop forgetting your dreams. Stop being dreamless. Let me ask you, the Kenyan population, 26% of Kenyan population lives in abject poverty. Extreme poverty as at 2021. 26% of Kenyans live in abject poverty. Listen, 26% of Kenyans are living in extreme poverty. Extreme poverty means they can hardly feed themselves. The structures they live in are dismal, abysmal. Many of us are coming in those places where when you go there, you don't know where people go to help themselves. You can't see the latrine. You can't even say you want to help yourself because you can't see the structure. When they have it, it is close to the gunia, you know, that size of thing. Or it's something funny. There are no basic, no dignity structures, 26%. Another 45%, 50% are financially vulnerable. Financially vulnerable means they are paying their bills, but they are barely. They cannot survive a small crisis like illness, sickness, or loss of a job. They're depending on one breadwinner, or if it's the man and the woman, they're earning so little, they can hardly pay fees without loans. They can hardly buy a water tank without a loan. They can hardly do anything. A half Kenyan population are financially vulnerable. A quarter are extreme poverty. Only 24%, 25% have financial reserves and insurance. So 3/4 of where we come from is we are in danger. Some are already in poverty, others are already vulnerable. After your father paid school fees, he can hardly do anything else. You have to struggle to get photocopy money. The thing that brought you here was your hard work. In high school, you thought you wanted a life. You strategized. You wanted to learn the university and change your life. How many of you here are first years? First years, wave at me, please. Quickly, remember which year you are and just wave at me. First years, wave at me. Oh, we have so many guys who are not first years. This is very motivating. Non-first years. If you're non-first year, just wave at me. What made you come? Mulikuja pakufanya nini? This was not your opinion. No, you go out. Anyway, thank you for coming. But that tells me something. You want to learn. True or false? That tells me you're hungry to learn. So, listen. What I want you to see is this. The biggest disease. Poverty is not lack of money. Poverty is not lack of money, and it's not curses, it's not misfortune, it's not because you're born in that world. Poverty is a mindset. The Catholic Church did a research on poverty, and they published a journal called The Science of Inequality. The journal is Science of Inequality. The article is called The Psychology of Poverty. They said poverty enforces itself through habits, through a self-feeding loop, a self-sustaining cycle. Poor people don't need to be trained in poverty. They adapt habits and attitudes that keep them poor. Wealth, you need to learn. Poverty, you don't need to learn. Are you following? Some of the habits of poverty, they say this: mental short-sightedness, inability to see what you are doing, what it will result to. What it will lead to 5 years down the line. Inability to draw mental trajectory about what we are doing now and what it will lead to. That is the first habit they said, mental short-sightedness. The second thing they said is inability to save, to manage money. Financial impulse. People get money help, they go spend all of it. There is splash in the air. Poverty, how they spend help and loan money. Poverty, how people are drinking now, partying now, dating now without thinking outside to see where it will go. The third thing they said that perpetuates poverty is groupthink or communal psychology, doing what guys are doing. Inability to step outside and examine what people are doing, going with the flow. I like to call it chicken mentality. Chicken follow whichever chicken is ahead, and they follow it wherever it is going. It might just be going round, but they just follow. Then nobody stops to ask, where are we going? The chicken follow to stay in the group. The opposite of chicken is egos. Egos feed on chicken. Egos don't fly in groups. Egos fly solitary. They fly quietly. They fly very high. They can see 5 kilometers away in detail. In detail. If you want to resume your dreams, stop thinking like a chicken. Stop following what people are doing in KU. Stop doing things because they're popular. Stop dating because it's popular. Stop stealing because it's popular. Stop dancing and dressing how it is popular. Think 5 years down the line. Think 5 kilometers down the line. Be quiet like an eagle. Fly high like an eagle. There was a karate or a martial art or a boxer called Bruce Lee. How many people heard of Bruce Lee? Why did you hear of him and he died 50 years ago? You heard of him and he died when he was 32, by the way. Most people think Bruce Lee is a contemporary person who lived many years. He only shot 4 movies in his life. He died suddenly from an overreaction, an allergic reaction to a drug or a headache. He took a medication and he overreacted. That guy had 3 things that I borrowed, and they have helped me immensely. If you want to remember your dreams, this one thing he said. Martial arts, he was born in America, but the family was Chinese. So he was between the 2 countries. He said martial arts is about self-control, discipline, being rooted, being deep, and being intense. Deep, intense. The opposite of being deep and intense is being casual, frivolous. You can see a casual person walking. They walk like they are being blown by the wind. And they can go back. If you, kuja unipeleke, they turn back. Okay, they go. Then this one, they go the other direction. Casual person is on social media, scrolling what is going on, being fed, what is going on. Bruce Lee had 2,500 books in his library. Today, we can get books without paying a dime. That's time they had to buy. Today, because it's not printed, you can get soft copy. You can get as many as you want. Your social media, your phone is full of what? Which apps are on your phone? Entertainment, distraction. Because you're frivolous, you're casual, you're like chicken. Chicken only live to eat and be eaten. They only live to eat and be eaten. Egos have a purpose to ride storms. When there's a storm, it uses it to soar high. When there's a COVID, an ego-minded student will use it to study better, to maneuver past opponents, to see new chances, to look further. Chicken complain when there's a new thing. They complain. Chicken never fly, except when they're looking for somewhere to sleep. They just fly to perch somewhere. Chicken are just sleepy. There's a lot of chicken mentality. People moving in groups, only looking for somewhere to eat, somewhere to sleep, and they run after each other. There's a mentality with male chicken, male cocks. They just run after chicken. Run. When they get it, they patch on it. They go to another run. And then they think now they are man enough because they are patching on chicken. Go. I'm the king here. That's what men are doing here. They take photos indicating their genitals because that's the only thing that makes them man. So they take a photo like this and they post it. Now that's a man. Go. And they follow pecking order. Pecking order is the big one, pecks the younger one, pecks the younger one, pecks the younger one. So for the years, the years are pecking second year they pecking first year. So I can't wait to go to first year, so second year I can peck somebody and pecking order. Chicken mentality. Eagles have no business pecking anyone. They fly high to aim at what they're looking for. When I was in campus, I remembered my dreams and I started looking like I was half mad. Today, I want to remind you what you wanted with your life so that it can make you half mad. Nobody achieves greatness without a consuming passion. Nobody achieves greatness without a passion that carries you without enthusiasm. On your faces, I can tell who is going anywhere with life. Brothers, I'll help you out to choose a wife when the time comes. Don't choose the girls who are here. I'm coming to the point of dating. These girls, some of them are psychos. You marry her, she will whip you in the buttocks. Because you don't know them yet. They're still in the egg. Women mature mentally at 25. I'm coming to that. But men, listen. When it comes time for marrying, look for a woman who has intensity. Intensity is, you can see it because of how keenly they listen, how they respond to a joke, how they laugh with all their body, how they feel life. She is still alive. She has her soul. Those other creatures having sex with anything here, they are killing their soul. Soon they will be walking like a shell without a soul, only a hole. They can't feel. They lie, cheat, con this, con the other, drink. They drink until they want to silence the emptiness in them. People are ruining their souls and they will remain shells after this. Let me remind you what you wanted when you worked hard to come here. I want to know whether, in case I am wrong, did anybody qualify to the university accidentally without intending? They were not looking for it, but they got it. They were not even expecting it. Anybody who succeeded like that? No success comes accidentally. Even if you are born bright, you must work hard to pass exams. True or false? You all work to come here, but many of you have forgotten it. Remember your dreams. If you have forgotten your dreams, you are selling short. You are aiming at nothing, and the problem with aiming at nothing, you get it every time. You will come out mediocre. In that world country where poverty is more prevalent, where trouble is more prevalent, where there's more chaos, where there's more, lack financially, we have politicians who are hyenas. They go there to eat, and they say it's our turn to eat. Twala nyama, nyinyi mwameza mate. They don't even hide it. Their language reveals the greed. You are the MPs. You are the governor. Some of you wanted to be president. Some of you wanted to be government ministers. You are the one we need in this country. Stop selling short by forgetting it. You cannot achieve a dream unless you're obsessed with it. The thing that makes you wake up in the morning. Study, read, pray, focus. Is not school rules. Some of us never read school rules back in school. True or false? You never needed them. Your dream is enough to straighten your life. When you remember where you're going, nobody needs to tell you not to sneak, not to steal, not to smoke, not to bring food to school, not to dress this way. When you remember where you're going, that's enough to wake you up. I wake up every day at 4 a.m. driven by my dreams. My wife keeps telling me to wake up slowly because I wake up like military. And I'm gone. But I also sleep in a similar fashion. And I'm gone. I switch on and off. She's very, those people, have you forgotten to wake up? Now, check alarm. I'm wondering, are you asleep yourself? I still wake up at 4, driven by my dreams. Remind what you wanted. Remind me what you wanted. What did you want? Some of you have a calling. God sent you here to save us from the greed of politicians. Some of you are sent here to give us the cure for HIV, the cure for poverty. Some of you are supposed to make the roads. You are the solution to your village. Some of you saw this Laikipia student, Laikipia saga. You saw it. Students are being killed for forgetting their dreams. She was not even the girlfriend. She got involved with a person who has a boyfriend who is a psycho. And then he came and found the girlfriend and then killed. Why would you die like an idiot? Why die another person's death? You heard the story of Sunta Waguru, that lady who leads the Kenya Women of HIV organization, who motivates people. She was infected by HIV by somebody who she did not know. She simply accompanied a friend. Come accompany me. Then the boyfriend comes with a friend. That friend, now you're paired up. Don't accompany people going where you're not going. Remember your dreams and keep at it. You will live long if you remember your dreams disciplines you. Your life may look boring when you're remembering your dreams. You're studying in the room when others are dancing, dressing this way, being picked by cars. You just remember where you're going and you go back to the room. You study, you get tired, you sleep. Me and Nzuki used to live like that. Nzuki was a friend of mine. And we used to remember we came from those families of abject poverty who could hardly put food on the table. No professional, nobody's working. But they must eat. My mother had to do work for food, to place food on the table. We are too many. My mother has 11 of us. Ladies, don't get so many children so that you can't even work or give them quality life. I posted this morning on Facebook and said it's a curse for a child to be forced to pay fees for siblings so that you're earning money, and instead of moving forward in life, you're educating your siblings. That's a failure of parenting. Get the number of children that you can educate yourself without burdening the siblings to educate each other. We cannot compete with the rest of the world when they are being given wealth to start life as we are being given debt, help, loan, school fees. The mother is a dependent. The parent is dependent. We are getting money and sending it backwards. They are getting money and inventing WhatsApp, inventing Facebook, experimenting. We are behind because we are recycling poverty. We are the last generation to be educated or to educate our siblings. We shall give our children money to start life. We shall give them wealth, houses, cars, and lands to start life. Am I alone? Are you together with me in that? I want you to get annoyed. I want you to get annoyed with the deficiency we're inheriting. If you come from the 25% of parents who are already where we are going, already giving you support and giving you when you're getting married or when you're graduating, they give you a gift, they give you a house. Congratulate them, they are the pioneers, but we are the next generation and we shall be the biggest percentage. I came to look for 20% of Kenya. I just prayed God, if I can just make 20% of Kenyan youth think differently, I can die in peace. I just want to ask you, we don't have to continue patterns of poverty. Remind me your dream of changing your family. Remind me your dream of driving a car. Some of you, there's no road to your home. It's a panya route, a winding path to your home. When people die, they start making the road to carry the coffin, take it there. When there's a wedding, you go sleep with your uncle's place out, you can go near the church because there's no road here. Are you not annoyed? Or how have you forgotten that? How have you forgotten that you have to share a bed? We were so many boys and we had to sleep at a certain angle, one facing the other direction, the other facing the other direction, so that somebody's feet are on your nose and they're smelling like a rotten thing. And you can't even turn. You're waking each other at 2 a.m. Hey guys, I'm getting to listen. I want you to remember where you were going when you started out. Remind me what was driving you. Remind me. Tell me. As I look in your face, I can see intensity and desire. What is your calling? What is your calling? Did you want financial freedom? Mwikali told me to define freedom. Freedom means when you can wake up in the morning and do what you want with your day without being backed at by an employer, without being ordered by a boss, without being harassed, without a child crying and you have no food to give them. Can you remember the agony you saw at home when some of your sisters got children before they couldn't get any money, and now they had to feed the children and they have no money to feed them, and they had to cry with a child? Don't you remember the misery? Why have you forgotten? Now you're pretending that now you're in the university, you're somewhere special, you're joining a group of other chicken to pretend that you're happy. Hey, you are happy. I went to the University of Nairobi partially. A part of my mind was obsessed with freedom. And I used to cry tears. I want you to be so obsessed with what you want. You can meditate on it and cry tears. If you have nothing that makes you cry tears, you're wasting your life. Bruce Lee was a young man. He used to practice his craft constantly, day and night. The Chinese teachers were angry with him because he was teaching the martial arts secrets to non-Chinese. He was revealing their cultural secret. They told him to close his school in America. He to close, or he comes and faces the biggest master of the fight. They plan a fight to punish you. Either close the school, right, or we come and fight you. We'll give you the best fighter, the master to fight him. He said, give me the second option quickly. They planned the fight. He had subdued the master in 10 minutes. It was not 10 minutes, it was 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And he was disappointed that he did not finish him in 10 seconds. So he went to study, to do his craft more. That's how he continued teaching. Some of you are flowing the direction. Michael Jordan wanted to be the greatest basketballer. That was his dream. Some of you here will be better speakers than me if you stop that madness of forgetting your dream. I did not have me to inspire me. You have me to inspire you. You have something I never had. You have a peseta. But I want you to be consumed. Let us go back, guys, to what we wanted. Let us go back to what was keeping you awake at night. You are the star in your family. Some of you come from parents, the families that have some degrees. That 24%, they are ahead because the parents were the first generation, and now the current generation are the ones who are benefiting. But most of us are the first ones to drive, first ones to get a degree, first ones to do this, first one to get money. My second point, I've told you to stop forgetting your dreams. Stop being dreamless. My second point is stop confusing the seasons of your life. Stop mixing up the seasons of your life. Now, psychologically, and those of you have time to study my channel and my Facebook account, TheBenjaminZuluShow, that page, and I have analyzed a lot. I'm trying to put it in writing. We are compiling the book together. But the psychology of mental development shows that your brain develops from back to front. This part of the back, this part of the brain. Please touch here. Everybody touch here. Thank you. That part is what controls breathing, heartbeat, consciousness, your life systems. That's why if somebody hits you here, you can die quickly. That part is also has a weak point. It's not covered by the skull. There's a part of the skull that is exposed. Even in animals, that part is very delicate. But it controls breathing. You can lose consciousness quickly if somebody injures you there. That part is developed by the time you're born. It is what causes you to breathe and to suckle by instinct. It contains instincts and breathing and all that. It is the part that makes you alive. That is what children use to eat, to breathe, to cry, alive. When you are born, is developed. But the middle part is the next part to develop. The middle part is what you are using all the way until you're 24 and below. That part is called amygdala. There's a component there called amygdala. So we named it after amygdala, but it's the middle brain. The middle brain controls language, skills, calculations, life skills, what you're learning in school, what you learned in primary school, remembering names. That's why you can learn language very fast when you are young. The middle part of the brain is what you are using now. It's developing now. It usually finishes developing at around 12. That's why you can think more when you're around 12. All the way to 12, Napata is developing now. Psychomotor is the first part. It has many components, like psychomotor, kicking the ball, doing this. Then it has the emotional. It's amygdala uses reward system. What feels good is good. What feels bad is bad. That's why we use grades to encourage you. We give grade A so that you can work hard. We give you grade B. We punish you to stop doing that. You are associated with the pain, so you stop doing it. That middle part of the brain is used for learning life skills, careers, occupation. Is used for mastery. Supposed to use it to master a craft. It's not used for making long-term decisions. Now, the third part of the brain is that everybody hold here. Hold this part of the brain. Thank you. That part is called frontal cortex. Frontal cortex is the rational brain. The rational brain is what you use to make long-term decisions. Now, rational brain controls your personality. It matures very slowly. It finishes maturing at around 25, plus or minus 1 or minus 2. Most likely it's 24 to 26. The average people say they felt like they woke up when they reach 25. But that is not in your curriculum. Very sad. They teach us everything except what we have to deal with every day. They don't teach us emotional self-control. They don't teach us fulfillment, stress, anxiety, hope, and courage and resilience. The things we need to wake up and face life. They only teach us Avogadro's law. Who is Avogadro anyway? You could have taught me avocado. So, one of the things I want you to understand this. The frontal brain matures very slowly. Finishes growing at 25. 25 is when your personality becomes clarified. Here we don't have people of that age group a lot, except maybe my team. But I want you to go talk to a person who is 28 now. Ladies are very conscious of the change. If you ask ladies, the change is very conscious. Because women are strongly aware, connected emotionally. Men also cannot reach there. But I'll tell you another factor with men. Men, there's a socioeconomic factor. Because they're supposed to have money to run a family. So I'll tell you another socioeconomic. But for women, it's about 25. That's when your personality solidifies. You know what you want with life. You can think long term. Now, this is a disaster. Our education system, we finish all of it before we are 25. Women are graduating at 22, 23. Men, sometimes, I don't know why they delay, but the average graduation age for men is 25 and 26. Wanachelewa wapi? All right. How many men are for the? How old are you, sir? If you don't mind, you see. Ah, very good. He's on schedule. He's 22 still, but he looks very serious. You may think, how are you, sir? You're growing good, sir. Keep it up. And the lapel. You look serious, man. Keep it up, man. Don't look funny. Tattoos, piercings, dreadlocks, and then you're trying to apply a job and you look like a crook. He's just looking at you saying, hey, leave your CV there, we'll call you. Look presentable. And I'm not saying you should not look artistic. Some artists think they should look queer. Why don't you follow Churchill? He's an artist. He's a comedian. The head of all comedians. And he dresses professionally so that Safaricom can contract him. Big guys can trust him. If you look like you have moments of insanity, who will trust you with their millions? You should look like you're self-controlled. When it comes to serious money, we want solid people. Not people who have moments of fancy, of losing yourself. Being surrounded by naked women and you are dancing and you are trying to help people, ask people to take you seriously. Also, you yourself, be serious. You might be funny, but please, can you be behaved? Some of you are artists and you can't hold the microphone the way I'm holding. You must invert it. But we can know that you are an artist. And really, you want it to look like the thing you brag with. This is what men brag with. And that's how they do it. There's nothing else they can show. If the thing that defines you as a man is the thing downstairs, a donkey is a better man than you then. If anatomy is what you brag by, animals are better than you. It's not the thing between your legs that makes you a man. When you take photos, don't point at it. Don't hold it. Hold this one. It's the thing between your ears. So if you must swagger your photo, do this. That's a better posture. Call attention to this. Have you found that women of character are not impressed by you bragging with your body? Women of character, yes, they want you to dress nice, but they also want to know what you're made of, how you think, your vision. So how are we confusing our seasons? Your mothers cursed you. Your aunties doomed you, confused you when they told you to come and marry here because you're surrounded by women, because you're surrounded by men. They came in to ask you to come and choose here, and many of them have never been to a university. They just think you're grown when you're here. Now that you know psychologically, my brother here, however clean he looks, proper he looks, he is still in development stages. His final personality is still on the way. Nobody taught me the psychology, but when I was in the university, my dreams, the fear of falling back to poverty, of impregnating a woman. Some of you heard the story of John and Wamuhu. John had a girlfriend called Wamuhu, and he finished Form 4 and he got a scholarship to go study abroad. When he was to fly tomorrow, Wamuhu reported she was pregnant. When the church discovered that, they were going to cancel it. So he had to find a way of hiding it. So he started negotiating with her to give her some money so she can hide the pregnancy, abort it. Wamuhu doesn't want. And it asked, please, I'll give you 10,000. No, I don't want 50,000. He's not shake. Wamuhu got injured and collapsed and died. Soon the world would know that John and both created and killed. Let me ask you, which season are you in? This is not the season to choose a mate. You don't know yourself first. You are yet to know who you are. Number two, you are yet to know what marriage is all about. You cannot read character accurately. The first problem, you don't know who you will become finally. When most people are young, they are controlled by church, home, and school. That is where their life revolves. They don't have their own money. Most of the men you see here in this school, they will turn 180 degrees when they get their money. You see those useless men who drink and drop, those who cannot hold money, those who can't hold jobs, they are here in this school. But now you can't tell because they don't have the money. Now you call him your boyfriend. Oh, Ken, some couldn't even come here because they're going to see the boyfriend. They're going to hug there and hang there and sleep in the cube. None of them owns anything except sleeping on each other. They are arousing emotions before they know what their life will become. If you are dating now, you are courting disaster for two main reasons. You don't know who you are. Very soon or later, I get those questions so frequent. Oh, I'm 24. I have this child. I realize this guy will believe me. Does not. He has many. No. I tell her, you know you rushed into marriage. You know you rush into those issues. Don't waste my time. You can't even afford me. Excuse me. I came to warn you before you start writing me those confused messages. If you are dating now, you're courting disaster. You will get a child or get emotionally entangled with a person who you have no future with. Very soon you'll wake up to realize it's too late. You're already entangled for life and you're already gone too far in. That's why you'll end up single for life. And you men, listen to me. Some of these girls have no future. They are chicken and you're an ego. They are in the university, but they're not driven. Except getting laid, having sex, and getting excited. There's nothing in their brain. You can't even have a conversation. You always meet in the dark. At night, it's the bodies interacting, not brains. You're engaging your genitals, not your brains. And you're calling yourself a man because you're rushing after a first year who comes from poverty. She's headed for poverty and committed to poverty and you're inclined to poverty and you have a future and you're busy sleeping with her, connecting yourself permanently to where you have no future with. I pity you. Men, listen to me. One of the things I learned when I was in campus, the guys, they would come sleep with each other next to my room. There's a akusa, sonu, the sonu, room. So that guy would give it. It's like a brothel. At night, they are knocking the wall with the bed. We can't even sleep. Imagine, it's like horses on steroids locked there. What is that? What is that? They are drinking things and chewing aphrodisiacs and steaming themselves up. We try to put radio with my friend. We can't even sleep. They were doing that today. They are nowhere. They're not even together. And because they are saturating the environment with the sexual activity, many others got sucked in. Many others got deceived. Today, I can tell you the truth. It's all regrettable. Some got kids with the people they have no future with. Now you have an explanation to tell to a boy, where is his father? To a girl, where is her father? Who am I? There's a guy who came to me 20 years down the line, trying to go back and look for his daughter. Because he got a kid in those careless university implications. Entanglements. If you're having sex now, you're confusing your seasons. Stop selling short. You're complicating your life before it begins. You don't need a girlfriend here. You don't need a boyfriend. Some of you are told by your mothers, go there and come with the second degree. The first degree, education. The second degree, a spouse, a man. These boys here don't know themselves. Just like you don't know yourself as a lady. You are yet to know yourself. You're being told if you leave university, you never find a man. We never left with husbands and wives and we married when we left. You need to know yourself first so that you can marry a person who is going where you're going. Take the time to establish foundation for your dreams. And when you have known where you're going, who you're becoming, then it will become sensible to look for a person who is headed that direction. Are you following? If you marry now, you can't tell where people are going. 60% of Kenyans don't practice the degree they study. Most people now, 60% of you will not practice what you're doing. And if I ask now, how many of you wish to change? There are people who wish to change here, isn't it? So you said, let me finish, and I changed direction. My first degree was law. But I never practiced it. I knew I was not becoming a lawyer. If I dated a girl that time, I would have started lying to her. I'm becoming a lawyer. There's a time I got emotionally attached to a girl we were singing praise team with in church at home. My pastor called and warned me. He told me, you are a growing tree. You are an ego. Some of these girls here, you're not going the same place. You're praying together, yes. You're singing together, yes. You have this good friendship, yes. This good connection, yes. But where you're going is very different from where they're going. And some of them are bound by demons of poverty from where they come from. By demons, he meant habits. They didn't like studying. They're not even focused. They just want to pray. They don't work. They don't study. They just avoid hard work by hiding prayer. He meant that. I want to ask you, if my pastor warned me and I heard, and I stopped it. Today I look at the girl and I pity myself. We were never going the same direction at all. You're tying yourself. Today people tell me I suddenly lost love for the man I married. When you cross 25, when you cross 26, some of you will suddenly, your taste, your preferences change totally. You can't even find that person handsome anymore. That same lady who used to be emotionally chaotic, those who are dating now, a relationship between people who are emotionally mature are very chaotic. Their minds have not yet matured. They are together, but they are quarreling every day, crying every day. You have seen them with sorting cases, unfaithfulness, insecurity, stalking each other on Instagram, doing this on TikTok, possessing each other, crying, solving issues, high stress levels. All relationships by under 25s are high stress levels. And under 25s don't know how to time their fertile days. They get pregnant like this. The biggest consumer of emergency pills are women 15 to 24. That is age control cancer, not me. Go check the statistics. The biggest consumer of control pills, these birth control pills, they think more about pregnancy more than HIV. Also, 41% of all new HIV infections, guys, 41% of all new HIV infections are from pre-25s. AIDS control council calls it 15 to 24. That is the part where emotions are very high and the brain has not yet learned how to think. Listen to me. If you are removing your clothes now, you are exposing your whole life. As a man, if you have to unbutton anything, unbutton your shirt, never your trouser. If you unbutton your trouser, you sow your seeds in the wrong places and it will become a headache for you for life. Abraham tried it, trying to get a kid with the wrong woman. It gave him headache for the rest of his life. And it's still a headache today. Those two families are still fighting to this day. If you are doing that as a man and you think now you're marking your territory, you're doing this, you're complicating your life. The second reason, stop confusing your seasons. This is not the time for marriage. This is not the time for dating. This is the time to socialize generally without specializing. Get to know how different women think. You know, guys think, these ladies are like this, think like this. Lua like this, think like this. Interact with them and get to know how they think. And I like this sister. Sister, greet me for keeping short hair. Let me just greet you for keeping short hair. She's avoiding unnecessary costs. Don't be stressed by hair. And this is time for training. When they go to military camp, do they try to podoa themselves? Look, do you think military camp is for kujipodoa? For training. This is military. You are here to train for your life. If you can afford it, of course, keep it. But if you are being kept by a man, you are an idiot. If your hair is being kept by a man, you are selling your soul for hair. What kind of mathematics is that? Even your grandmother could think better. You are a curse. Better go home than come here to shame your parents. They are selling cows to educate another cow. Take them back children. HIV, stress and depression. Yet they sacrifice everything to bring you to school. And you're walking here with your body, no brain. Just walking a mass of human being who can't even reason and see where you're going. Must you be taken out and be slept on by a man who is your father's age mate? Shame on you. Say you have a boyfriend. You call an old man a boy, you are cursed. In Africa, we don't call old men boys, boyfriend. And he has white hair. Shame on you. His generators are not even working. You must ignite them with a rope before you start the activity. Shame on you. Call him boyfriend. Boyfriend. You're buying grades with your genitals instead of using your brain. And you are saying there are no jobs. There are jobs in Kenya for those who are jobbable, for those who are employable. There are always jobs for those who are exceptionally competitive. What else do you have to show except your sitting allowance? You're walking around showing your sitting allowance. Sitting allowance. Can you show me something more meaningful? You're wearing panties that have a very big lining to show us what you are carrying. Show me something better, my friend. I can see meat in a butchery if I wanted to see it.